Time to find out what is making a buzz online this Monday. Charlie James is here with today's Media Watch. It's good to see you, Charlie. We're going to start with a sad story, first of all. The comic book legend and the creator of the famous Marvel comics has died at the age of 95. Tell us more.
Stan Lee, that's right. Over a 6-decade career, Stan Lee really transformed the comics industry. He took it from a sort of niche industry to something that is now one of the most profitable in the world when you consider the movies, the games,
Netflix
shows that show his characters. He helped create crusaders such as Spider-Man, X-Men, the Incredible Hulk, and Thor. And how he really changed the game was that he made them more human. He had them with neuroses and with issues so that they weren't just perfect heroes. They had a dark side a lot of times as well. He was also famous for making cameos in the film adaptations of Marvel comic books. So here he is for the first time in 1989 playing a juror in a Hulk series, an X-Men. So this was kind of an Easter egg that fans of Stan Lee and Marvel would watch out for too, was where he was going to pop up in the movie versions of his comic books. It's still early. This news has just broken a short time ago, but we are starting to get reactions coming in from people, and it's obvious that he meant so much to so many people based on the sadness that people are expressing. So this actually is from DC Comics, Marvel's rival, tweeting out, "He changed the way we look at heroes, and modern comics will always bear his indelible mark. His infectious enthusiasm reminded us why we fell in love with these stories in the first place. Excelsior, Stan." And that was his catchphrase, his sort of motto that he would sign off with, Excelsior. So you see that a lot too. One of the writers for Marvel, Donny Cates, saying, "I don't have words for this. My life has been so incredibly changed by this man's creation and words. I'm going to celebrate him today by putting in the work and writing his characters the absolute best way I know how." And there were a lot of actors who also played his characters. So many movies and TV series based on the Marvel Universe. And this here is J. August Richards. He played the character Deathlock in the Marvel Universe. And he tweeted, "You're going to see a lot of these today because he touched so many of our lives and was an incredibly gracious person. Thank you, Stan Lee, for allowing me to dream as a child and then realize my dream as an adult," which I thought was so sweet. And finally, this picture being shared a lot by fans, showing a comic book version of Stan Lee in front of just a few of the huge characters that he created over his 6-decade career.
The man who created Spider-Man. That's incredible. Yeah. He died today at the age of 95. All right, let's move on to something else, because a lot of people thought this might be a hoax, because there was an ad running on US media about a very special bear. Let's put it that way. He is the Trumpy Bear.
That's right, the Trumpy Bear. So television ads started running today for this large teddy bear with a Trump-esque hairdo. We can take a look at a little bit of the ad that's been running.
The wind whispered through the forest. A storm is coming. You cannot defeat the storm. From the trees rose a resounding voice. I fear nothing. I come when the trumpet sounds. I am the storm, the great American grizzly. Introducing the original Trumpy Bear.
So you wouldn't originally think that that was an advertisement for a stuffed bear when you first see it, but it is. And it's interesting, there's no children in this advertisement, although it does appear to be a toy. And there you can see it has an American flag stuffed in its back that you can use as a blanket. And in this commercial, we go on to learn that he loves riding motorcycles, that he loves golf, and of course he loves America. They call him the most fearless bear anywhere. And while the bear does at one point sport a "Make America Great Again" hat, he doesn't have any, the company that creates him doesn't have any sort of association with the White House or with Trump.
Has the president endorsed this?
We have not heard the president's opinion on this bear yet, but Trump wouldn't be the first man to have a bear named after him. The teddy bear, in fact, is named after President Teddy Roosevelt back in 1902. Of course, yeah. So bears, these stuffed bears do have a political history. And some people were questioning whether this was an actual ad or whether this was a joke, people on Twitter, so much that the fact-checking website Snopes created a page, is Trumpy Bear a real product? And they called up the company and got a statement that, yes, in fact, it is not a joke. It is a real product, and you can have it for Christmas. It costs
I was going to say
$40.
$40. There you are, Charlie. Your Christmas list is already sorted, all ticked off. All right, thank you very much indeed. Charlie James there with a very cuddly bear. All right, time for our focus.